Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to the first DIY session organized by our very own Sustain and Save Change Makers. Today we are going to learn how to make handmade paper or like we say recycled paper with materials that one person normally throws away. It is indeed a wonderful and an innovative way to recycle and reuse your old newspapers, old magazines or even loose papers of your notebooks. Conduct this fun DIY session, we have with us an architect and a change maker at Sustain and Save, Aishwarya Palke. But before we start the session, for those of you who are unaware, let me brief you on what Sustain and Save is all about. Started on this Earth Day by the Shaw sisters, Sustain and Save is a one-stop solution to sustainability created by Indians for the world. We at Sustain and Save creating a corporate impact by bridging the gap and connecting the green products and service companies which operate in India. Our knowledge and resource inspiration, which focuses on social impact, includes various sustainable initiatives and inspiring stories. Through our principle of re-innovate, redefine, and being responsible, we aim to achieve affordable sustainability and circular economy. In about less than 2 months, we have had the opportunity to collaborate with IKEA, Swedish government, CII, IGBC, and onboarded about 20 plus companies in sustainability as our channel partners. We also have 5 plus educational institutions collaborating with us. Today, we have a team of 100 plus young change makers from various countries like India, Singapore, UK, and India. So basically, Sustain and Save is not just about creating ideas. We also wish to focus on having a plan of action to execute these ideas. Today's DIY workshop is one such initiative. With these uncertain times and a pandemic going on, we realize everyone is at home. So why not utilize this time to learn and create something new? Sounds fun, right? I hope all of you are excited. So let's get to it right away. Aishwarya will now guide all of us in fact, on how to create these little DIY wonders.
Hi everyone, I'm Aishwarya here. So it's really great to see your enthusiasm on making handmade papers. So to begin with, I think we should cut it in a brief short, and I would directly start with the ingredients with you guys. So basically the ingredients, I'll list down the ingredients one by one to everybody. Firstly, we would need papers. Now I had this book at home, so I've used papers from this. Like you could see, it's a used book. You can use these papers, or anytime we can use these newspapers. Secondly, we need a blender. We need a sponge. Now this sponge is readily available at home. We usually use these for utensils. Then I had these made, there is this one main ingredient that we need for making paper is this metal mesh. So this metal mesh, we need to make frames for this so as to strain the pulp that from which we make papers. So to begin with, I made these frames since due to Corona and lockdown, there was no one who could make frames. So I made these frames at home. It's totally fine if you cannot make at home. We can directly use this frame as it is. Again, if you don't have these frames at home, there is one more alternative for it. And surely the alternative is this thing. I think everybody has this at home. So you can use these things and you can make the paper. Okay, so to begin with, firstly we cut the paper into small pieces. So I would like to show you one over here, like how small pieces could be okay to cut the paper. So let's start. Okay, so in this, like I am cutting the paper now, but then many of you have a doubt about if we just wet the paper, is it okay to keep the paper for 24 hours before using it, or only cutting and directly using it would be fine? So to soak the paper for 24 hours, or you can directly use the paper, well, I would say it's anytime better to soak the paper for 24 hours, because the more you soak it, the better the pulp we get. If you don't have it right now, what the best you can do is cut the paper into small pieces. Like I am cutting it over here right now. Hope you could see this. It's okay, there is no particular size on cutting of paper. So we need to cut these. This is one single paper that I am cutting right now. We at least need 2 to 3 papers. Those are being cut. Here you could see small pieces of paper. Now what you do is, we need to soak these papers into water. What I have done over here is, I have already soaked paper 24 hours before only. So I would like to show you. Like you could see here, these are newspapers and these are the register papers. But for the people who don't have it now, what you guys can do it, you can actually soak these papers into water and you can add warm hot water to it. What would hot water do is, it would actually make the paper a bit soft, so that we could, anytime we could say, we could actually get the pulp out of it. So I would blend the ones that I have. So if you could see, the more the soaked paper, the more easily you get the pulp. We need to blend it until you don't get the pulp. Also, while blending it, make sure if you are shortage on water, we need to add water externally from above. So now I would add a bit of water into this. Okay, so now you guys would be having a question as to how much water to be poured or how much paper to be added. So basically, I would suggest, while you dip the paper or you soak the paper, the level of the paper should not be, the level of the water should not be more than paper, it should not be less than the paper. It should be soaked totally inside the water. You can use the same water to get the pulp by blending it, but you need to externally keep on adding a bit water until you get a proper pulp out of it. You could see now, like it's taking, like I am taking, this is taking this much of time, even after soaking the paper for 24 hours. So now you can understand why it is important to soak the paper for 24 hours. Because the more you soak it, the more softer the paper to blend it. So now getting with our next process, we need to add this to water. So going to the water, let's go to the water thing. Let's go. So basically try doing this into the balcony, because the water that comes down, I'm sure mom would struggle. Okay, so beginning over here. Now the ingredients that you would need here. You need cloth, this thing. I'm using both of the things. I would shoot with this also, and I'll show you guys with this also. Basically, I have these frames also. So if you guys want, I can show you with this too. The sponge, our pulp, and one more thing that we need would be cloth. So this cloth could be the handkerchief Like I'm using my mom's hanky over here, obviously. So to begin, a tub of water. So let's get the tub. Basically, the color of the paper depends on you. You can add a bit of color to it. I have added a bit of yellow color because I wanted the color of the paper to be a bit yellow. So the amount of water to be taken. Now, the pulp that we have, the more the pulp, the thicker the paper. Over here, I've taken 1/4 of the water to almost a mug of the pulp. I would add this to it.
So, Aishwarya, is the water warm, cold? What should be the temperature?
The water it's normal tap water, which is normal temperature water.
Okay.
Yeah. So adding to it. Also, one more ingredient that we need, just because we are using this thing, is a foil paper or a fresh wrap. So how to get it on a foil paper or a fresh wrap, I would show you guys. So like you could see, I had this paint dabba in which I have made this pulp. Basically, this is purely newspaper pulp. I made this pulp to show you guys. Now the difference between both the pulp is that I have book pages and newspaper mixed into it. And this is just newspaper. So I would mix both of them a bit so as to not have any doubt. If you could see, just slowly keep mixing it. Just make sure that every time you add it, you just equal the water. So to begin with, firstly I would show you with this pastry.
So Aishwarya, how much paper should we add to that much amount of water?
See, basically adding of paper is totally your choice. Only the thing that matters is that the paper should be enough to be submerged into water and to make a page out of it. Like if you take a single newspaper, so out of a single newspaper, you at least get 2 pages, 2 A4 size pages out of it.
Okay.
So if you see, drain the water properly. So if you're doing this directly from this mesh, you at least need 2 layers of it. Put it on the cloth firmly. Take a sponge, get out the excess water. If needed, you can repeat this process at least twice or thrice. Repeating this process a lot more time might make your paper thick, but that's totally fine on your choice. Repeating the process again. We got a 1 page over here. Okay, so now starting with, like I said, doing it with this thing. So doing it with this thing would actually take a bit of time, but it's not much time consuming. please concentrate while I go with this, because it might be a bit stressful. So if you could see, equally just let out the water out of it. Okay, so since we have done with this, get out the excess water. Okay, put it down. Now the cloth that I told you, we need to wet this cloth a bit, since we need to let it stick to the paper, not damaging what we are making. As you could see,
Mesh makes it a lot more easier, right?
yeah, a mesh is a lot more easier than this, because the paper easily comes out of this. In case of this thing, because due to the gap, or you could say the size of the gap, it's not possible to actually get.
What if you use it from the other side?
The other side, okay, I'll show it to you guys also, doing it from the other side also, what problem comes because of it. The paper actually tears due to doing it from the other side. After cutting the paper, just dip it into very hot water and leave it for 5 minutes, and then you can blend it into mixer. Blending it into the mixer would actually give you somewhat similar texture to the paper that we have got now. Okay. So the water is soaked totally. So this is what you get. Now to get this out, we would need fresh wrap. So we put the fresh wrap into this. The problem from the other side, what happens is that from the front side, like you saw, like you seeing right now, the size of the edge is quite big. Like this size of the edge is quite big. But from the lower side, the size is very thin, because of which the paper actually doesn't fall down, and the layer of the paper that we get is so thin that we cannot keep on dipping it into the tub. Okay, now getting this out on a fresh wrap, just turn this and inflate it. Press it quite properly so as to not break our paper, and tap it until it falls down on your paper, your hand. Okay, so from all the sides, make sure, because since it sticks to the mace, tap it from the all sides to equally get it out. So like you could see, I'll slowly just get this thing out. This is what you get. Getting it on the cloth. Put it on the cloth. Tap it with the sponge. While tapping it, just dab it slowly, because don't give pressure on it. Since it's very delicate, it might tear off. Like you could see here, we get a circular paper. Okay, now doing it from the other side, like you guys had it down. Why wouldn't I do it from the other side? The other side of this, so I'll show you. Just see, like you could understand as to why not. Now you guys might ask me, like, it's so perfect, you can actually like put this down, but no, we cannot. Reason, if you could see this edges, because of this edges, the paper would fall down. If you try to actually put it down, this would tear. Even the layer of this paper is so thin that the paper won't be formed out of it. Like I'll show you, just see what happens if we do it from the other side. If the mesh is quite flexible that it could actually tap it down, it's fine. But then I don't think it's a good idea. It didn't come off. So this is what happens if you do it from the other side. So now, as to instruction, we keep these papers in this condition for 24 hours. After keeping them for 24 hours, they dry automatically. Like I have made few of them yesterday, so I will show you those. So if you could see, I had made these yesterday. Very slowly, just remove it because they have been stuck to the cloth. So this is what you do. Since it's not totally dry yet, but this is what I have made out of it. The square one done with the mesh. Since they are not in a even state, so they are actually like a sticker on a cloth to be removed.
Is any particular cloth recommended for this, as in
pure cotton cloth? Because what happens is on the other cloth, like on the other materials, the paper sticks so much that it's very hard to get it out. Whereas on cotton cloth, it's like a sticker that you get off the paper. And the cotton cloth actually absorbs the water totally. So it is easier for the paper to dry. So this is what I have gained doing it. Like if you could see over here, now I have, it's been almost 8 to 9 hours since I've done this, but these are yet wet. So they might take more 9 hours to actually dry. So we are done. I mean, it's that simple. We are actually done with the paper. There is no mehnat as such to do paper because it's all home material. The newspaper, the books, the blender, the sponge, the chutney that we say is everything home idea. Basically, these papers can be used for paintings also, like the watercolor paintings that we do. You can use this paper for daily things also. You can also, like I have few papers on which I have actually added bright flowers. I have added colors to the paper. Like I could show you some of it. So I had few dried flowers at home. I made these dried flowers, keeping them inside the book, and I have used them on paper, like you could see over here. So I've used this dried flower. I have not used anything to stick them. I have not used glue. I have not used Fevicol. This is purely water and paper thing. Now,
these flowers, as in the water itself, or when we use the mesh to take the paper out?
After you put the paper down, like I would show you. Just normally, you could stick these flowers with, like you like it. They automatically stick to the paper. You don't need to actually add extra anything on it.
And what about the colors? If we wish to color the paper,
then you need to add the color to the water. I haven't used color, like as much color to the water over here purposely because I wanted to show you guys the pure product that we get. But if you want the papers with, like if you want colorful papers, always use the colors to the water. A tricky thing which I would like to tell you is you can use food colors. I mean, those are the best thing you can do. You don't need to get outside paper colors. If you add 1 or 2 drops of food color to the water, the particular color of, like the particular food color that you use, you will get the paper of that color. You can anyways, they can use any you can use bright colors, you can use colors, you can use sparkle on it,
glitter.
Yeah, the glitter things. So that is how you stick them on. Actually, basically, I don't know why people use glue or Fevicol to it. Because again, using glue or Fevicol to the paper is what I believe again is a cause to pollution somewhat. Because Fevicols are not like not that sustainable that you can see.
Yes, right.
So I avoid using glue or Fevicol to the papers. I mean, even after not using them, I get great results, and I don't actually find any need for it. So many of you might also have a doubt, like, are these papers writable? Are these papers usable? So I would write for you guys. Okay.
Karsh here has one question. How did the paper change to white, the one that's completed, the one which you have?
Okay, this one?
Yes, I think he's referring to this one.
Okay, so over here I have 2 colors in papers. Why? Because the notebook that I showed you, I have purely used those papers only, and that is why I have gained this white color. I haven't used any piece of newspaper in this mixture. Whereas this is only newspaper. It's green color, it has a bit of texture. Also, if you use notebook colors, you might get a bit thin kind of paper, like the thickness of the paper is too less. Whereas in newspaper, you might get a bit of thickness, like the feeling and the texture of both the papers are different. So this is the reason why this paper is white and this paper is greyish in color. So for you guys, I would write on one paper, because I had many friends of mine too asking me the same questions as to are these paper writable. So yes, of course they are. I have a gel pen, I have a like chisel pen. So with a gel pen, a chisel pen, okay. So now you might have a doubt कि ये पीछे भी आया रहेगा, तो नहीं, ये पीछे नहीं आया है, ये सिर्फ नॉर्मल पेपर की तरह जैसे यूज करते हैं वैसे ही हुआ है. So that is all about the paper. Again, one more thing. Now you would say I have made this paper and now it's done. So after you are done using these papers, again wet them, again make a new paper. So this is just a process that you go on. But like we say, a new product is a new product, and once like you go on using it, it becomes new. So the strength that these paper would have, the second time when you again recycle these paper, you might not get that strength into it. But of course, you can use that for like your home assignment things or home usage things. Whereas these could be used for your projects and like whatever, like paintings or whatever you like about. Thank you. In fact, I'm very thankful to Ankita ma'am for letting me do this, and Sustain and Save, of course, for actually letting me know my talents and skills. I could never imagine I could actually do this in this way too. Really happy teaching people.